Hello and welcome to Movie the Needle, a podcast where a pair of amateurs haphazardly dissect classics, mashups, and some films that only one of us likes. I'm Simon, and as usual, I'm joined by my good friend Carl. And for our Mashflix Chill episode today, we're delighted to have with us James Bond aficionado, host of Smershpod, and co-host of A Wheezing Groaning Sound. It's Mr. John Rain. Hello, John. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
I know you're a super busy man, so finding the time to talk to two idiots must not have been high on your list, so I really appreciate it.
There's always time for fun.
Well, we didn't say there'd be fun.
No.
Clear. No.
Anyway.
So you've missold this already, Carl. Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, John, just so the listeners can get to know you a little if they aren't already familiar with your work, can you give us a bit of a background to your movie fandom? Tell us about Smershpod, what it's all about. What do people need to know?
They need to have ears.
It's a good start.
I started Smershpod 8 years in January, and it was just something because I wanted to talk about James Bond films and all the podcasts that are around at the time. I didn't really, probably didn't look very hard, but I didn't find anyone that was saying what I wanted to say. So I did that, and I've done all of them twice now. And now I just do what I feel like doing, basically.
Yeah, obviously looked at the films that you're covering. Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a recent one, which was a delight to listen to. How do you decide? Is it literally just whatever pops into your brain and find a couple of mates to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, it's become more of the people I like having on, and we talk off the pod, and we just talk about what we'd like to do next. And so we'll finish one, and then we'll say, "Oh, we should do this," and then I come back to them a few months later and say, "Shall we do that now?" Or like we said earlier, it could be seasonal. Like it's Christmas soon, let's do a Christmas themed film and stuff like that. But this series really has just been trying to do sort of the bigger films, ones that I enjoyed years ago and still do, and just to find a sort of bunch of regulars that I have now that I have them sort of buried into different genres, and we just do that really.
Yeah, I must say it's really great. I mean, Smershpod is one of the podcasts I've been listening to for the longest time, I think. Because I tend to I don't know about you guys, but I'll tend to sort of pick up and put down podcasts. And Smershpod is one that I've been on now. I wouldn't say the full 8 years. He said it's been going for 8 years, but certainly a good long while.
Oh, thank you.
Your tagline is really, really accurate. You say whether you like the Bond films or not, or whether you're just not asked about them. It really is. I would encourage anybody to give it a listen, because there really is something for everybody there. And you love them, and yet we'll spend half of the time just ripping the piss out of them, which is brilliant.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's there for. That's what all bank holiday fodder is there for. Is that it's more of a culture, if you like something that grows on the surface of yogurt. That is just there, and like it or lump it, it's just part of our makeup.
Yeah, fantastic. Really, I mean, I tease Carl about being a James Bond fanboy. Not for being a James Bond fanboy. The fact I tease that he is a James Bond fanboy, but he's obviously an absolute amateur. John, you've actually published the actual book on James Bond in Thunderbook.
I've published a book on James Bond. I wouldn't say it's the book.
Because
I think a lot of people were probably picking it up and thinking, "Oh, this will be full of facts and trivia and stuff," and they realised very quickly it was just me going through. It was doing the podcast as a book, which was the remit, really. Just going through it forensically, like we do on the pod, and just ripping the piss as we go, or dropping in bits of trivia. But I've done 3 books like that now. About I did Bond, and then I did 80s action, and then I've done one about
that was Exploder Book.
Exploder Book, yeah. And then I did Superbook, which was like superhero movies before Marvel came along.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I saw quite a lot of the reviews, which I haven't read for a long time now, were just people going, "Oh, I thought this was going to be interesting." And it's just someone talking about the film. It's like, yeah.
I mean, you say it's not the James Bond book, but it is the only James Bond book that I own.
Oh, wow, so, look at that.
There we go.
Wow. Oh, I'm
but
honoured.
again, I would recommend. It's a great read for anybody, because you definitely don't need to like James Bond to enjoy.
Oh, good.
To enjoy that. I mean, I do, but I'm sure it would work for anyone.
You know what, John? You lost yourself a sale. Carl's lost you a sale here because it was on my Christmas list. Now I know he's got it. I'm just going to borrow it instead.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's actually only got the first edition. The second edition contains No Time to Die. Never Say Never Again. So you both need to update.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Twice, and for all your family. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good stuff. So we like to ask all of our guests that we have on here, John, just to give them an idea of where your favourite films lie, just to list off a kind of top 4 films, all-time favourites of yours.
Yes.
What have you got for us?
Well, my all-time is Superman the movie.
Excellent.
I love that. Ever since I was tiny, it's been a film that has just got everything for me. It's just beautiful to look at. The score's amazing, and I love Christopher Reeve. Awesome. So that's my all-time fave. And then I'd say Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jaws, and The Godfather.
Strong.
Nice. Yeah, very, very strong.
And I've only done one of them because they're such sacred cows. So it's really hard to talk about them. I did Superman with Johnny Camden just because we'd done them all and we had to do it. Right. But it was really difficult to do. It was really difficult to write about it in the book as well because I just love it so much. It's like 4 different films in one.
Are you a fan of Superman generally, or like as you were a kid and growing up and stuff, or was it just the film and Christopher Reeve mainly?
Oh, generally, yeah. I mean, it got me into the comics when I was younger, but I was obviously at the age, because when the first film came out, I was literally 1. Second one came out, I remember going to see that with my dad. I'd have been 3, and I had the pajamas with the cape. And then I saw 3 when I was 6, and then 4 came out when I was 10. And I did go. I went in to see the last. I went to see Superman Returns, which I didn't like. Man of Steel, which I didn't really like, and I hadn't really liked the new one either, to be honest.
Have you seen the new one then?
Yeah.
Yeah. I took the boy. I've got a 10-year-old. Took him to that. That was his first experience of Superman, and he really enjoyed it in the cinema. But I do need to go back and show him the Christopher Reeve ones for sure.
Yeah, I think for kids though, it's so difficult for the 78 because it's so kind of glacial, but that's why I love it. It's a very film of its time. But the new one, I just felt like it had all the ingredients, but when it came out of the oven, it was just like, which is a shame because I think he's perfectly cast. And they're already doing another one. I mean, that's the beauty. If you run the studio and you direct it, you can just go, we'll do another one. So hopefully the next one will be better.
He's super into films, isn't he? Not just the Superman stuff. He's seriously into his films, as Corin said.
Oh yeah. I meant James Gunn, but yeah, he is.
Oh, sorry.
He was a very good Superman, very good. And everyone's perfect in it. It's just that I don't know if I really like the direction because then Lex Luthor pops up in Peacemaker and makes a joke about being bummed by a twink, and I was like, I don't know if I really want Lex Luthor. I don't know. It's just difficult. But I love the original, and Raiders of the Lost Ark I could watch a million times.
Where do you stand on the new indies?
What the
4 and 5, yeah.
I didn't care for Dial of Destiny very much, and actually, funnily enough, it does a good job because it makes Crystal Skull seem a bit better, which I think is a good service. It's almost like roadside assistance.
Because I'm something of an apologist for them because people sort of say, oh, they're a bit silly, but then I think, well, did you not see the first 3?
Yeah, I know. There's a bit silly, and then there's literally being 80 years old.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about the de-aging.
I mean, oh God, yeah.
De-aging was perfect again until he walked away, and then
until he has to move.
Until he actually moved, and then you realised he was literally a cartoon.
Yeah.
That was really. It's a shame, and it's like, I mean, they'll never make another one because that was. I think it turned out to be once everything came out of the wash, it was like $500 million. Yeah. So they're never going to make another one. They're talking about recasting it now. I think they're probably just going to wait till he dies.
Yeah.
And then do that. But yeah, I didn't care for them. I think that, I mean, it's been said a million times, but Last Crusade ends in a way that all films should end when the story is finished.
Yes.
Where they ride into the sunset and everything's tied up. And you just don't need the other films.
So it's about this time of the episode that usually we unveil the ale and drink a beer together when I'm in that train carriage looking place that Carl is in, to drink a beer which is remotely somewhat linked to the film.
It's we have found it challenging on these remote episodes, but as ever, I've taken it seriously. And today I've picked up. It's a Christmas film we're doing, so I've tried to find a Christmassy ale. I've gone for Sainsbury's Taste the Difference Winter Warmer Ale, which doesn't say Christmas on it because you're not allowed anymore, are you? Next they'll be coming for the Christmas pies. Either that or it's November when we record these, and there aren't that many Christmas ales out at the moment. But yeah, so I've gone for Taste the Difference Winter Warmer Ale. I have got us a bottle each, and as ever, because I am taking this seriously, I won't let the distance come in between us, and I will drink them all in your honour.
Great.
So there we go.
Thank you.
Thanks
you could have got because Tesco now do the winter-themed toilet cleaner, don't they? You can get like a mince pie smelling toilet cleaner. You could have drank that.
If there's alcohol in it, I wouldn't put it past him, to be fair. I mean, it could happen. All right, good stuff. Well, let's introduce the mashup that we're going to be talking about today. So we have got Paul Verhoeven's 1987 dystopian sci-fi Robocop that's being mashed together with John Hughes' 1987 holiday buddy comedy Planes, Trains and Automobiles. And that is, of course, creating the Schwarzenegger starring 1996 Christmas slapstick comedy Jingle All The Way. So to start things off, we're going to go around the virtual room and give our initial thoughts on the movies being mashed, where it sits on the simple 5-point scale, why, and how we thought they would fit into this resultant film and mashup that we have. Now, John, I don't know if you're familiar with the simple 5-point scale, and some listeners may not still be familiar with the simple 5-point scale. So to introduce it to you, it's very simple. It's in the name. You either really like it, you're ambivalent, you don't like it, or you really don't like it. And this is not a judgment on how good the film is. It's just how you feel about it. You can really like a really shit film. That's perfectly fine. Carl, I'm going to start with you, and we're going to start with the walking toaster policeman, Robocop. Where is it on the simple 5-point scale for you? Why? And how does it fit into the mash?
I like Robocop. I don't think I can go really like. I came to it a bit later. It wasn't in the suite of films that my dad showed me when I was way too young to be watching them.
That would have been some heavy editing you would have had to do, to be fair.
Yeah, so I came back to RoboCop later in life. So I don't have that childhood attachment to it, but I do like it. I mean, even so, I probably watched it as a teenager, maybe late teenager, perhaps. And you do remember things like the ridiculous violence, the cool gun popping out of his leg, all that sort of stuff's just super, super cool. Rewatching this time as an adult, I enjoyed just what horrible bastards the villains are, and not just Bodica, but like the pricks in the office. It's like a superb set of bastards. In terms of the mashup, I mean, it's thin, but it's also funny to think that if we can put on our filmly tree, Robocop goes into checks notes, Jingle All The Way. I think that'd be quite funny. But the link obviously is capitalism, and Robocop is that dystopian capitalism turned into cartoonish violence. You've got the media streams and commercials satirising rampant consumerism, and in its own way, we do see that in Jingle All The Way, as that's turned into something of a battlefield as well.
Good stuff. What about you, John? What are your thoughts on Robocop?
To use your scale, I really like it. It's one of the greatest films ever made. It's a beautiful combination of Rob Bottin's incredible suit design, Paul Verhoeven's view of the world, his window on America, essentially, that the man, he's the American Jesus, that he died and came back as a gun. It's just a masterpiece. And I would say, I'll throw a curveball at you. If you're going to mash up two films to Jingle All The Way, the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, is it The Seventh Day?
Sixth Day?
Sixth Day. Because there's a bit in that where there's a man in my house blowing out the candles on my birthday cake with my wife, which he sort of does in this with Phil Hartman.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, so I had vibes from that, but I get where you're going with the consumerism. There's also the Running Man's also got a bit of that.
Yeah.
But
that was definitely up there.
He doesn't. He doesn't kill anyone he does in this. So Robocop, big masterpiece.
Simple. So I'm similar to Carl. I like it. It's actually somehow this I had never seen before. Like, I thought I'd seen Robocop. I was pretty certain I'd seen it, but it's just, don't know, familiar to me through that cultural penetration that has happened in clips that I've seen. I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through before watching it for this. And just as you've said, though, it's brutal, it's graphic, gory violence, which I got quite a kick out of, not in a sexual way, not entirely in a sexual way. And although I'm a moron who struggles to grasp satire, as we have proven multiple times on this podcast, but it is great at highlighting that absurdity of 80s big corporate America, and the practical effects that are used, brilliant. It looked like there was stop motion being used, which big fan of. And I can see why people really like it. I can see why you really like it, John, and you would call it a classic. And I think maybe if I watch this a couple more times, and I might get there with that level of appreciation. But at the moment, I'm just a like. And if that means that Robocop is going to try and chase me down at 2 miles an hour, slowly plodding after me, then I guess I'll just have to walk faster.
He does get a jetpack in the third one, though.
See, I've not seen the sequels, you see, so this is it. I wondered whether he learned how to run or at least move faster.
Yeah. Robocop, I was right. The greatest home video evening of my life was Robocop, because my brother and I reserved a film each when they came out on video. I reserved Robocop because I thought it looks fucking cool. Even though Barry Norman hates it. If you look up the Barry Norman review of it, he's disgusted by it. My brother reserved Predator. So that night we watched Predator and Robocop back to back. So I'll always remember that as one of the greatest home video nights of my life. So I always have great affection for the pair of them.
So yes, those days you can't recapture now, can you, with doing that of just...
you can, but it would be a weird pantomime to go through. You'd have to get someone to set up a video and stock VHSs, and you'd have to go in and get them to write in their book to reserve it for you. I mean, you can do it. It's just probably easier to stream it these days, or buy the Blu-ray or whatever.
You don't reckon there's a market out there for just...
Well, there is. VHS is back, isn't it? The hipsters are loving it now.
Is this going to be the vinyl of the next decade?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but when a lot of albums come out now, there's a cassette version. So
I've not noticed there's a cassette version. There.
Yeah, and a lot of Gen Alphas are getting into VHS, which is mental.
Wow.
They've also got mullets as well, which I find equally disturbing.
And the tash is back as well. The tashes are back.
Yeah.
Well, the tash and mullet combo as well.
I don't mind the tash so much, but the mullet, I was like, it was kind of like when you lived through that, it was almost like, you lived through a war.
Yeah.
And then the war finished and you thought, well, we'll never see that again. And the mullet's back.
Unless you go to Australia, in which case...
I was going to say, they all look like Australians, right? I don't think it ever went away, did it, in Australia?
No, but, they've got their own lifestyle. God bless them.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, in terms of the Robocop mash, exactly what you guys have already said, really. But I think there's a few other aspects I think that we might crowbar into the mashup, which we'll get into the deep dive section for sure. Mm-hmm. All right. What about planes, trains, and automobiles, Carl? Where are you on the old simple 5-point scale?
Yeah, I really like this one. I only watched this for the first time last year, and it didn't really land then, to be honest. I thought it was all right, but I thought it had dated a bit in the way that comedy often does. Well, it was fun enough, but, a bit meh. I really enjoyed it this time. Perhaps I was just in a better mood when I watched it. Who knows? I found it funnier. Also, I had the real heart, which completely passed me by when I watched it the first time. It's very, very touching at the end. And also, I love how this movie looks. I mean, I've said before about 80s movies, how brilliant so many of them look. It's just really well put together. It just looks and feels very real. Planes, trains, and automobiles. In terms of the mash, a dad racing against time to save the holidays for his family with some hijinks on the way. It's pretty cut and dry, I think, on that front.
Yeah. John, what's your thoughts on trains, planes, and automobiles? Planes, trains, and automobiles, even.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's a holiday classic, as they call it in America, even though we don't have that holiday here, because we were the ones who were responsible for it.
It'd be brilliant if we adopted the holiday now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll nick it back.
I mean, that'd be a real fuck you.
Except we'll have beef. No, I love it. It's of its time. It's one of those films that I used to hate when I was younger, like Clockwise, where everything fucking goes wrong. But I really appreciate it now. And obviously the John Candiness of it, which is, I think, why it's so beloved with people. Like, if it was Sinbad...
Yes.
I don't think it would have the same resonance, but it's the commitment John Candy put into it, of getting his perm, and it's just got so many great moments in it. I think as a film, it's possibly a bit too long, but it's got some of my favourite visual comedy moments, with the bit particularly where they're going the wrong way. And they go between the two trucks and he turns into the devil.
Yes.
And Steve Martin turns into a skeleton with a little grey wig on. That's always very funny. But yeah, I love it. And it is totally in line with what Jingle All The Way is trying to do.
Yeah, so, 100%. Yeah, we mentioned that skeleton thing. Actually, no, we're going to mention that in a couple of weeks' time when we talk about Home Alone 2, which we've already recorded. But Home Alone 2 has that moment with the electrocution part, and we're just like, that's exactly like Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Might be the same skeleton.
Maybe, to be fair, good point,
Could be the same one from Poltergeist. There was a real dead body.
What, in Poltergeist?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they did. Anyway,
yeah, we digress. So for me, I really like Planes, Trains and Automobiles. It is hilarious. It's got two comedy greats putting in two great central performances, and yeah, it's absurd and everything goes wrong. Actually, I think it's grounded enough through the writing and the acting to give that strong emotional core that is actually needed when you get to the end and to get you through the end. As you say, John, it could be seen as a bit long. If you didn't have that, it would just be like, oh, okay, right, yeah, still
all that
going.
Being said, the way John Hughes films always used to end used to really fucking piss me off. Used to always have the same bit of maudlin music, and I love me. Come home and stay with us forever. Fucking Sloth's got the spare room. But obviously it's got more poignancy now. What with John Candy being brown bread, but
I mean, I can relate to what Steve Martin's character is going through, and I'm sure Carl can, because it's basically like every interaction he has with any kind of service industry ever, just with slightly fewer fucks.
All I ask is that things work.
I don't want to know what industry it is if there's fewer fucks.
Yeah, he'd be ripped off, wouldn't you? In terms of the fit for the mashup, very much plot, characters, tone, driven fit. That man battling absurd hurdles to reach what should be a simple goal for his family of getting home, whilst battling / working together with a big irritating character. And now, I would say with a heart of gold, that doesn't really translate to...
no, that goes out the fucking
Jingle All The Way. Just the big irritating character. That is the bit that sticks.
He's going on a quest/adventure with a cunt.
Yes.
That's the twist. That's the elevator pitch.
That's the tagline.
He did Planes, Trains and Automobiles, but with a big unfunny cunt. Who in 20 years people are going, who?
Sinbad.
Yeah.
Well, I had that note down. Are we supposed to know who he is?
Well, in 1996 we did.
Did we?
Because I haven't looked at what he'd done before. I don't think I would have. I definitely hadn't seen.
He did that movie where he was like living in the White House, I think. But he had his own TV show. He had like he had like a sitcom, I believe.
Was it that travelled across as well? I
don't know, but it was quite. I think he was quite a big deal in America at the time. Well, not in 1996, but in the early 90s.
Right, okay. He was coming to the end of his limited...
Yeah, I mean, hence why he's playing second billing in a... I know it's a Schwarzenegger film, but Schwarzenegger's not at the peak of his powers right now. He's sort of waning. No. Basically, Schwarzenegger after Last Action Hero is sort of slowly sort of going down the hill.
Yeah. This is... Does he do another... Arnie proper comedy after this?
He did Junior. I know that was before this. That was before this. So he did this, then he did Eraser. You've just been erased.
I like Eraser.
In a rubber factory. And then he did Batman and Robin.
Oh, so he did do another comedy. That's good.
Yeah,
there we go.
And then he had a heart attack. So, yeah.
Yeah, Junior was before. Yeah, so he hasn't really done... This was his last comedy, Arnie.
Yeah, and it didn't make a lot of money. I think
he did like End of Days as well, which
is bad.
In my memory was all right until I rewatched it last year. And you're like, ooh,
his character's called, what is it?
Jericho Kane.
Jericho Kane, yeah. Jerry Cocaine.
Jerry Cocaine, yeah.
Oh, and I've just watched the other day another later one of his, Collateral Damage.
Oh, yeah. That got put back, didn't it?
Yeah. It'd been around 9/11.
It was due to come out during 9/11.
Yeah. And actually, the ending of that was reasonably decent. There was a reasonably okay twist. But the stupidest thing about that is, so why is he a firefighter? What was wrong with the tried and tested, he's ex-special forces or something? That would have been much more. We're happy with that. Just go with that. Why is he now a firefighter?
Could he say firefighter as well? That must be a tricky one.
A firefighter.
Yeah,
it's all right.
All right, then let's move on to the deep dive. I say deep into Jingle. I'm not sure how deep we can go into Jingle All The Way, but I think we could have some fun to talk about it anyway. But before we get too deep, let's again just go around, see where we sit on the simple 5-point scale for each of us. Quick summary before we then get into production, plot, and cast. And I will go first this time and Jingle All The Way. And this is very much where the simple 5-point scale comes in, okay? I like this, but this is by no means a masterpiece by any stretch, it's barely a piece. I'm on board for Arnold's 90s comedy gear, which I find a lot of fun. Or not just 90s, actually. He did in the late 80s. He did Twins and stuff, didn't he? I'm actually... Growing up, I was much more familiar with that Arnold than the proper action star, a la Predator, Commando, etc. bit. So I first sort of probably experienced him through his comedy stuff. And it's wacky, almost to a fault at some points. And yeah, the writing isn't great. And the final act is pretty fucking stupid. But it still makes me laugh and gave me that nice Christmas buzz, especially when watching with the family, the boy laughing along. And I think it might even appear in his top 5 movies when we record that later closer to Christmas as well. Top 5 Christmas movies, to be clear. He's not a complete moron.
So you were watching Commando going, what's gone wrong here? They've cast the guy from Jingle All The Way. This will never work. This will never work.
Which one did he punch a camel in, though? Because that would have tracked.
Conan the Destroyer.
Oh, Conan. He punched a camel.
Grace Jones, please.
John, over to you.
It's crap.
But do you like it?
No. It's got no redeeming features to it. It's like really badly directed. The guy who did the Flintstones did this, and who did the Flintstones sequel as well. So it's got a heart to it, but every time, because Chris Columbus is involved with this on the periphery.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if he'd have done it, it would have been better, because it has the worst instincts of any Christmas film I've ever seen, where you've got this subplot of a man literally trying to fuck his wife.
Yes.
You've got a subplot of a man who's essentially a terrorist who keeps trying to lay pretend bombs everywhere. You've also got the thing about him also wanting the toy, so you start wondering what his son's going to think about all this. Because at the end, and Arnie's just like horrible. Like from the get-go, he doesn't go to his son's karate class. And his son, by the way, is Anakin Skywalker, so he should fucking get his act in order, because he's not particularly good with family stuff.
Yeah.
It's like all the people you depend on to bring some sort of comic relief, like James Belushi. I know that's hard to believe.
Yeah,
he's really unpleasant in this as well. I know we're going for the cynicalism of consumerism, but the only person in this who's mildly nice is Arnie's wife, and then she's got a really thankless role because she just has to get hit on by Phil Hartman.
Has to be sexually harassed, basically.
Yeah. Although at the end, I think she's going to give him the biggest blowy in the world. Because she's like, oh, Howard, and she sees him as Ultraman.
I think we'll get onto it in a bit, but I think there's a lot of horniness in this film. They're all gagging for it.
Well, they're all unpleasant. The only person in this who's any kind of normality and niceness is the child.
Oh, I don't know.
You got some thoughts, that sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, I have associations with Jake Lloyd because of his Anakinisms.
But he's paid for that in life, bless him. But yeah, it's just a really unpleasant film. It's like films like Home Alone have this sort of thing in it, but at the end but for the most part, it's done with kind of a degree of love and care and a bit of heart, and there's moral lessons in it. And in this, no one learns anything. The lesson in this is that if you cheat, you will win, and if you're horrible to everybody, it doesn't matter. And it's just a really unpleasant Christmas film to do that. I'm really boring and unpleasant. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Let's see where Carl is.
This is good because all of the stuff you've just said I can use against Simon because he likes this film, but yet he doesn't like something like Arthur Christmas, which has its problems. But the simple message in that film is Arthur just wants everyone to be happy.
Yeah.
What did you say you could have done without all that shit at the end?
Yeah, I think I like this because they're all unpleasant arseholes. I don't know. I don't know what that says about me, but let's not dig too deep into that.
Okay, so I mean, I like this. My opening line here, we've already done to death because you could argue this is a bit shit.
You could argue.
And I would have a hard time telling you otherwise. No, I like it. I think it's because, what will I have been? I'll have been 11 when this came out. So this was a really good time for me as an Arnie fan and a fan of Christmas movies. And not thinking about them too much, I would have gone, brilliant, that's ticking all the right boxes. So now when I watch this, I look back with it on that sort of fondness. And it's short enough. There are a couple of fun moments in it. I quite like it for all of its sins.
Good stuff. We're going to move on to production. But first, John, what's on your shirt?
It's a swimming pool from Watford where I grew up.
I'm from Watford as well.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
It's Watford Springs.
Watford Springs. I could see the Watford, and I was just like, what is that? What's he got? Yeah. You got a Watford Springs t-shirt. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. I didn't live in Watford Springs. Just yeah. It was moist.
Well, no, it was moist.
It was an infamous swimming pool because I opened and loads of people got injured because they went down these exciting water slides and there were nuts and bolts sticking out.
Oh, brutal!
Loads of people got gashes, as it were. And then it had to close and then it reopened again and it never really recovered. But it was a sort of carbuncle that was there for years when you came up to the top of the high street. There was this horrible water slides over the horizon. It was a death trap.
It's one of the main Watford landmarks. I mean,
it's gone now though. I think.
Name another. This is really boring for you, Carl, and this probably won't make the cut. But have you seen, John, that the Harlequin Centre is becoming the Harlequin Centre again now?
It is the Harlequin Centre again. Yeah, my parents still live in Watford, so I hear about this sort of thing. Yeah. And I did go back a couple of years ago, and it were all different. But I went to Waterstones and they had my books. And I was like, did they know where I'm from?
Yeah.
Do they need to shout? Yeah, they rarely are in bookshops. But I went into the Watford one and they had all of them. So there you go. Thanks, Watford.
Watford connection. There we go. Right, let's move on to production. Right, so as you mentioned, John, this is directed by the great Brian Levant, who has also directed such classics as, you talked about The Flintstones and The Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas.
Yes.
Which I think I saw the first of those Flintstones at the cinema. I forgot the second one existed. I can't believe I actually got a sequel, but there we go. But he also did Beethoven, this guy, which I'm quite fond of Beethoven, but looking at like ratings and stuff, it's people think it's a bit shit.
Yeah, I used to watch it in school.
I think people like the first one because it's Charles Grodin, isn't it? So it papers over a lot of cracks. It's like they used to do those films like, here's a family and they've got a problem family member, like a child, a dog.
Yes.
Gary Glitter. They used to do these kind of films. And then I think they just ruined it by doing 15 Beethoven films.
Yeah, but the original, I've got quite fond memories of the original one. But
anyway. I don't think there's anything wrong with the original.
Well,
except the dog looks like Cujo. That's a problem.
Is that the evil dog?
Yeah, the Stephen King dog. Yeah, it's a big St. Bernard type thing.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, what do you want to talk about production here, Carl? You go first.
Oh, well, I have got a note of something in this film that I genuinely love, which I think is something that's missing from today's films, and it really bugs me. And it's probably not missing from today's films. I just notice it occasionally, and it's missing from those films, which may or may not be indicative of the films of today. I'll get to the point. Extras. There are tons of extras in this film because they're shooting it on location and the streets are full. And it's brilliant because then those scenes feel real and organic. You watch a film today, there's hardly any fucking extras a lot of the time.
And it'll probably be a green screen thing.
I was
thinking this would definitely be a direct-to-Amazon Prime Christmas film now. And it'd all be green screen. Like Eddie Murphy did one a couple of years ago, didn't he? About Poop Shoot.
I can't remember. Yes.
But you could tell, like, literally a whole thing was shot on a soundstage and there was no outside location stuff. Yeah. So I think that's something you could say within the plus column that, it looks like there's some money behind it. That's for sure.
Well, it's in that still golden era of let's go make a proper movie. We've just got loads of money to chuck around. And
Arnie got 20 million.
20 mil, 20 mil he got for this. And that's when he's not at the peak of his powers as well. So Christ.
And you think a couple of years, is it a year later when he's Batman and Robin, he got a plane?
Wow.
I'd like to get paid in planes. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
He got that and money. So I don't mean like a woodwork.
Money, greedy bastard.
He didn't get like a woodwork plane.
You'd hate
just got like a Meccano kit.
You'd hate to get paid in planes. You'd be doing all the sums the next day, going, "The fuck am I meant to do with this now? This is a liability.
It's the O'May's house, isn't it? It's like everyone wants the O'May's house so they can flog it.
Yes,
I don't want to fucking live there. Sell the fucker and go and live somewhere else.
I mean, even if I did, I couldn't afford the council tax, for God's sake.
It's like the postcode lottery. No one's ever won that.
That doesn't really exist, does it? I thought that was just like a fake advert on TV.
The missus does it. The missus does it. We won £30 the other month.
I thought it was like the three guys who won the Running Man. I didn't think they really existed.
Yeah, well, I thought £30. I thought it was like the actual lottery where it was going to be like £2 the ticket. And I was like, so is it a monthly draw? So what's it? £30? We must be up then. She goes, no, it's like £15 a month it costs. So we're well down. We're well down for the year. Well done.
Everything's a swizz.
It is. Jingle All The Way. One of the things I do like the film, obviously, but one of the things that is actually quite good, I think the music's quite good in this. It's a proper festive treat. There's a load of nice Christmas stuff in there. Gives you that nice Christmas buzz. I'm sure I even heard the Home Alone Leap for the Airport music when he's chasing the bouncy ball.
Yes.
Sure, just recycled.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But that's a piece of classical music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. That's not exactly an original thing, is
piece of Christmas music. Yeah, and they're definitely going for that. David Newman did the soundtrack. He's all right.
Not Randy Newman.
No,
different, very different. But yeah, music good. John, any plus points on the production that you can point to? It's
got a reliable cast, but they've got Phil Hartman in this, who at the time, had just left SNL, peak of his powers, man of a million voices and faces, and you've got him playing essentially a creepy, could-be rapist. And I don't know that you're really using him to his full potential. I think Sinbad, while perhaps not as popular as he was, I think maybe you could have got somebody else. I did read they had somebody else in mind originally. I can't remember who it was.
There was a few lined up. They had Joe Pesci was was one. Yeah,
that would have been fun.
Apparently too short to play alongside Arnold. They obviously haven't seen Twins.
Yeah, they wanted. Yeah, that was it. One of the things they wanted in Sinbad was that he was similar to height to Arnie, and I was like,
I'd rather he was good and funny. That would be nice. But
just get Dolph Lundgren then.
I wouldn't have. That would have been all right. I could have fancied seeing a Dolph Lundgren versus Arnie
Dolph
Christmas
Lundgren
film.
did do Kindergarten Cop 2, so that was.
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh my word! In the Arnie role, presumably.
Yeah,
he was the kid.
Yeah.
He was the kindergarten. The kids all lived inside him. It's a workman-like cast, but I don't think they're particularly utilised very well. The script's pretty hokey. They got sued, didn't they? by someone who said you stole my idea.
They did. So they got forced to pay $19 million to a teacher, a biology teacher called Brian Webster.
There you go.
Because he said he submitted the script called "Could This Be Christmas?" In 1994, but he never received a payment. That was then reduced to 1.5 million.
Right.
See, it's already getting dwindled. And then in what year was this? In some other year, they reversed it completely and reversed the verdict. So I don't know if he had to give back the money.
Yeah, he's in the hole now.
It's like, oh shit!
He came into court with a top hat and a cane.
Yeah.
So yeah, poor old Brian Webster. Back to being a teacher.
I've got a plus point.
Go on.
Whilst we're scrabbling around on the production front, it's a nice length. Not like that. Hour and 26 minutes, I think.
Yeah, that was a positive.
Which is decent.
Sub 90-minute film. I mean, just yes, please.
Well, here's the thing, though. I watched the extended version.
Why is there an extended version?
I have no idea because it is on Disney Plus, but I didn't watch it on that. I watched it on something else, and then unbeknownst to me, I watched the extended version. And there's a couple of scenes in there. I'm like, I don't remember this, and then I looked up afterwards. It's because they weren't in the theatrical release and DVD versions. There's a scene in there with Yardley Smith that got cut.
Is that Lisa Simpson?
Lisa Simpson, yeah.
Yeah. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, voice of Lisa Simpson. So they're at the shop. They're trying to get the last doll. The guy goes, it's Chris Parnell, isn't it? Goes, a woman just left with the last one.
A woman in a fur coat. Before
he finds the woman in the fur coat driving off in the car, he comes across another woman in a fur coat. Not like that. And it's Yardley Smith. And he convinces her he buys the last doll. And it's a booster, is the joke. And it's like, whatever. But
everyone fucking
she basically, Yardley Smith basically sells out her kids' Christmas because she's just like, for that sort of profit margin, whatever. And then tries to fuck Arnold. She then gives him the come on. She's like, oh, yeah, so do you want to come back to my place? Sort of thing. I can't remember what the line is, but she's absolutely gagging for it. And then he goes off on the other thing. So, yeah, that was weird.
You just imagining the sounds that are coming out with it, and you're just like, oh, no.
Yeah. It would be like shagging Lisa Simpson, wouldn't it? And let's face it, that's technically not, but it's child abuse.
Yes.
But out of the two, I mean, if you had to shag the voices of Lisa or Bart, you'd go Bart because I've heard her do the Maggie sound effect, and that sounds pretty good.
What's that thing you keep mentioning, Carl? Where you get the sexy women to make sounds on the thing. It's got
the ASMR thing. Yeah. Can I just clarify the way I get the sexy women to make this sound? I have fucking nothing to do with this, mate. I've just got a fucking broken algorithm. That's all.
You pay for it, don't you? I mean, no. So maybe the voice of Bart Simpson and Maggie could make a little sideline in that.
Well, it turns out that old Nancy Cartwright, her niece is Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes. Yeah.
Fun fact, fans.
There we go.
Yeah. They're on Nepo Babies. Whilst we're on the Simpsons cast, and Phil, what's his name?
Hartman,
R.I.P.
His missus killed him.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Hey, it's a potential option for all of us. Let's face it. But
it's a great fear. Kill you?
Shoot you while you're sleeping.
Yeah. You're one bad argument away from it, I'm sure. But yeah, I think she got all coked up and
yes.
God. Yeah, brutal.
That was the end of him.
She unalived him, just so you don't get banned.
Yeah, don't fall foul of the algorithm again.
You've been coming on to all the neighbours' wives.
Not like that. Now, the other thing in the extended version, which was not welcome either, was when they get to the Temu warehouse where Belushi works, the Santas do a full-on choral version of the song, The Boy Who Was Forgotten at Christmas or whatever. The song he's humming in the car on the way over there.
Yeah, fuck that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm watching it. I'm looking at the kids' faces going, this can't be going down well with the kids, and they're staring at it like, what the fuck's going on here?
God.
Very strange. So, yeah, there you go. So, the original version, hour 26, fine. The extended version, don't recommend.
I found out today, just because I let it play because I was doing my Christmas tree, there's a post-credit scene.
There.
Yes.
I'd never seen it before.
Because we watched it on Disney Plus, and we've just watched all the Marvel films with my son, and there's an option there when you're watching those, you can skip credits, and it gets you to the post-credits thing. And that came up when we were watching it, and he was like, "Oh, that means there's a post-credits." Like, don't be stupid. There's not going to be a post-credits thing. It's 1996 in an Arnold Christmas film. Why would there be? There's a post-credits thing.
There is, and she's well horny when she sees him in the costume earlier. The end joke in the post-credits scene is kind of fun, but obvious, obviously. But it's also fairly obvious that she's about to shag him wearing the suit. Then, because again, she's all over him. Where's
my present?
They are on heat in this film. Yeah. They're gagging for it.
Yeah, 100%. One good thing in this, production-wise, I guess, the slapstick in it's fairly decent. You get the cop running into the back of the bus. Did make me sort of laugh out loud a little bit. Headbang on the jungle gym as he's chasing the girl with the ball through the thing. Commits to that fairly nicely, which is very nice fit with the planes, trains, automobiles.
A dwarf being punched by a big man. That goes down well.
Yeah, I'd written down
very
elf.
90s.
I was like, wasn't even dressed as an elf, just a small Santa.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was Vern Troyer. He was a very small man.
Yeah. There's more than Vern Troyer out there, I'm sure.
Well, not in those days.
No?
No.
Yeah, hoovering up all the gigs.
He used to get shortchanged.
I have got a note on the tone, actually, on how it is very 90s, and I don't quite think they do it the same way today. Because you've already said, John, nobody's very nice in this film. It's not got a
horrible.
Yeah, it's not got a I mean, my wife said to me afterwards, she goes, "I do not like this. The message that you can be a horrible father and then fix it with one big gesture."
Yes,
but that was kind of a 90s.
I was struggling with what the message was, what they were even going for.
That was kind of a 90s trope, though, wasn't it? Because Mrs. Doubtfire is kind of along the same liar.
Film. Yeah.
I mean, even Tim Allen's Santa Claus, again, neglectant father, sort of comes good in the end. So it's kind of a 90s theme, which I don't think they would really do today.
No, this would be what's the word? This would be, when they get like a think tank together, and they work out what the possible cancellation points might be.
Well, yeah.
There's so many in this that it would just be... That's probably why most Christmas films that come out now are so wet and diluted, because you can't have an edge. And this has probably got too much of an edge, really, in that regard. Because the scene with all the Santas, that could have gone anywhere, really.
Yeah.
They literally shut the warehouse door and they're just like... It's basically like You're Mine, Bubba kind of scene. But it thankfully doesn't go that way. I thought it might be a bit Christmas Deliverance. Thankfully not.
And see if we can work that into the mash later when we suggest
Jingle
alternative
All The Way
films.
Could have been the sound of some balls hitting Arnie's arsehole.
Yeah.
Could have been a horrible scene.
Yeah, I don't know if we can have like conditional mashups. Like if he shagged him in the warehouse, we could propose deliverance. I don't know. We'll come to that. Like, I don't think this film is racist, right? But in terms of like changing attitudes, Sinbad makes a couple of lines about like the race rights and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who else. And I was like, today that would be like he's getting knelt on by a copper and he's going, "Oh, but what about George Floyd?" And we're all supposed to roll around laughing at that. And it's like, we're like, I feel like today that would be approached differently. And back then, like pure intentions, I'm sure but it was more acceptable to play that sort of stuff for laughs.
But also pre 9/11 to have a joke about literally having a bomb.
Yes,
that would fly. Whereas post 9/11, that would not fly at all.
No,
in any American city.
No.
Also, the postman thing. I mean, the joke is that
going postal.
Yeah, postmen used to come to work and shoot everybody.
Yeah.
To get into a Christmas film is a bit dark.
I quite like that line. That was one of the lines I was just like, oh, okay.
But it wouldn't make it now. No.
It would
no. Like you say, there's probably just a bit too much edge in this one. They'd have got away with it more if they'd have had some likeable characters, I feel. But
yeah, I think Phil Hartman should have been the example. If you're trying to fix this film, Phil Hartman should have been the Peter Perfect next door, who's just... I mean, I know that's what they're going for, but they've also made him incredibly unpleasant.
Oh, you see what I would have written the wife up more. I would have had her as a much bigger character, so she can do that, because I really enjoyed Phil Hartman's arsehole. I thought not like that.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Not like that. It's a good job we don't record this and put these out, isn't it? But I enjoyed him as an antagonist more than Sinbad, because Sinbad's just a cunt. Yeah, it's like, you're not funny, or
maybe you don't need Sinbad and you can just have him and Phil Hartman, but maybe he wasn't as tall enough.
Well,
that was the issue.
Yeah.
This is obviously all about a search for that Christmas toy. Either of you have a particular Christmas toy that was on your want list for on a particular year that you just became a big shitty kid about and demanded?
Yeah, I always wanted a Mr. Frosty and I never got one, but apparently they were terrible, so I probably dodged a bullet there.
My brother was exactly the same. We got him one for his when he turned 40. We got him a Mr. Frosty,
right?
Which, in hindsight, is a big waste of money. What's he going to do with that now? Really?
Yeah. So I didn't want one, but my sister, who's a couple of years younger than me, did. And she must have asked for it like 3-4 years in a row, never got one. Now, my brother, who's younger still, he did get one. So we then sort of get to benefit through that. We're still young enough that we can, absolute shite. They are utterly terrible.
Yeah, I've
like trying to grind down the ice is like so arduous, and then it's not the same. It's like, okay. Yeah.
In the advert, it makes it look so easy.
Oh, doesn't it just,
The tantalising moment of them pouring the flavouring on top.
Yes.
So you can make your own sort of slush puppy type thing, but I bet it's fucking horrible.
It's the only time that eating yellow snow is acceptable.
I bet it's like distilled cancer.
Yeah. I wonder what's in those syrups or whatever they were doing back
the worst chemicals you can imagine.
Yeah.
Just everybody who had a Mr. Frosty, you can guarantee has had some sort of chemotherapy at some point.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Right, let's move on to the plot, which we've kind of talked a little bit about, but let's go straight through it. So it obviously starts with the setting up Howard, Schwarzenegger's character, as a terrible absent father who puts work ahead of family. He then obviously tries to make it up to a shitbag little kid, and
my number one customer. He says,
yeah.
But he tries to make up. He realizes he's not done a good thing. Goes home, starts playing with the karate belt or whatever, trying to be silly, cheer him up. No, doesn't have. Not having any of it. Not having any of it. This is where watching this with my boy, and he goes, "Oh, that's what you be doing." And I was like, right. You mean messing about with and being silly, or being a really shitty dad?
You could also mash this up with Hook.
Yeah, he's a pretty awful father in that.
But he misses his son's baseball game.
Yeah.
And in this, he misses his karate tournament where he's going to get his purple belt, which is when you get really bruised. To be fair, to counter your argument slightly, he is a shitty father because he was given multiple warnings to leave work.
He was.
But he ignored them all because he wanted to sell some mattresses.
Is that what he sold? I couldn't actually figure out what he was actually selling.
It's a really boring job, hasn't it? Yeah.
It was beds. You see the Christmas do at the beginning, which, by the way, is the worst spread I've ever seen in my life. It was like really shit-looking food. And people dancing round beds, which I was a bit like, oh, hello, office party's going to go a bit out of hand later. Yeah. You'll be selling all them at a discount. Shops soiled.
Yeah.
But his assistant secretary person comes in and gives him a written note saying, I've basically warned you a few times that you have to leave to make your son's karate match.
And I feel like that is quite like Hook as well, doesn't he? He puts off and still misses it, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he sends a man in the end to film it.
Yes.
Which, by the way, Phil Hartman's doing here, but the whole time if he says later on, I've got a video of the karate match, and all the way through you can just hear women going, will you come around and fuck me, please? And he's like,
yeah, he's got just the tool for that.
Yeah, I've got just the tool for that. It's called my cock. It's called my dripping hog. And I'll be round later. Yeah, this whole karate match, you'll have to put like some music over it. Because he's up and down with it, and he's just chatting to women. So I wouldn't want to watch that later. I'd probably have made it myself. But then again, you're not missing anything, really, are you?
Very good. I mean,
so do we ever find out what happened to Phil's wife, or do we just assume she's buried under the patio?
They say that
he shot her in the head in her sleep.
Someone mentions later that he hasn't been the same since his wife left him.
Oh, so she's definitely under the patio then.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Mm. Or is he just fucking around and
an all-woman commune?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of the mash fit with Planes, Trains and Automobiles, so the central character in that Steve Martin character, he's a little bit of an arsehole, but not a bad father. So he's quite mean.
Yeah, but Steve Martin's character in Planes, Trains and Automobiles has an arc in that he is horrible to pretty much everybody in the service industry, and particularly John Candy. And by the end, realizes that you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. And in this film, the lesson is I'm just going to be horrible all the time,
and everything will work out fine.
Yeah, and it does. Yeah. So,
what else do you got on plot, Carl?
Well, the stupidest, most far-fetched bit of this plot, and I include the end sequence in this, is when the bloke runs past them both and shouts, "Good news!" Good news, which seems like an unnecessary qualifier, by the way. Good news, they've had a late delivery of Turbo Mans at Toy World. Let's go. Turbo and I can't feel like you'd keep that to yourself, wouldn't you? In that situation.
Have a scene in this where someone says, "Good news, they've had a delivery of Turbo," and they go there, and it's a man who makes toys out of shits. He said Turdo Man.
Yeah. We just misheard him.
And then they shut the door behind them and beat them all with sticks, taking all their money.
Turbo Man does sound like it could be a name for a dildo as well.
But it's a really odd name.
What's that, the top secret thing? What's the dildo called in top secret?
Alien Intruder. I think they could have workshopped the name of this toy because it's a really awkward thing for Arnie to get his head around.
Turbo Man. Turbo.
It could have been called like Rocket Man or something. I don't know. It's just not a very inspiring toy because Power Rangers were big at the time, and you can tell.
It was a very knockoff Power Rangers thing, right?
Yeah, because all the little bit things that come out at the end to help Brain Man, whatever he's called, all look like little Power Rangers people. And that, what's he called? The little pink shit thing?
Booster. Nobody likes you, Booster.
Yeah. That's a good gag. He looks very Power Rangers as well. I just think it's really weird. I mean, I did read basically that they rushed this because of Arnie's window, if you know what I mean. And it kind of you can tell because a lot of stuff in the script and in the production and everything feels very like first draft. It doesn't matter. Arnie's in it, and everyone will go and see it. Essentially,
which is what happened.
Well, not so much. I mean, it opened fourth for an Arnie film. That's a disaster.
And he never made a Christmas film again.
He did, didn't he? Didn't he direct one?
He directed one, but he wasn't in it. No. You talked about a decent gag with the "No One Likes You" Booster thing. What did you make to the recurring policeman encountering the same policeman again in multiple situations?
Slightly annoying. I'm guessing they make a joke about him being from some TV show. I'm wondering if he is from that TV show. I think we're supposed to know he is.
Right, okay.
He says something like you're from Barney Miller or something like that. And I'm wondering if he was from that TV show.
Let's have a look.
He used to be in the Bomb Squad.
Well, that would, yeah. There you go.
Did you?
Yeah, I just think it's quite an annoying running gag. Because it's like, not you again. Oh,
it's low hanging fruit, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did like Chris Parnell's cameo
as the laughing shop man.
Yeah,
that was
which again is a very straight down the line gag, but it's like, that is the most natural reaction to people who are like so completely out, and then.
Well, like I say, Jim Belushi at the time was a reliable person to pop in and do a cynical line and make everyone laugh. But even his bit is quite underwhelming and annoying. And it just turns into a really shit action scene.
Yeah. Shady Santa. It ultimately gets beaten up by the Big Show.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah.
I thought it might be a wrestler.
Big Show.
Yeah. Paul White, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is quite a lot of... Is violence in Christmas movies just a general trend? There's quite a lot of violence in this, and obviously we've just done Home Alone and Home Alone 2, and, is that a thing?
There is a Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. Die Hard, fair bit of violence in that as well.
Yeah. I think up until, Christmas Story is one of the big American Christmas films, and that's got someone having their eye shot out. So, yeah. There
we go. We've already talked about Liz, Arnie's wife, getting the horn for the husband dressed in rubber. I mean, if that suit is... They're not going to be able to return that suit, are they? Let's face it.
No, God, no. Yeah.
No. And the kid even says, what do I need the doll for? I've got the real Turbo Man at home. And she's like, that's exactly what she's saying, isn't it? She's like, what do I need the doll for now? I've got the real Turbo Man.
Well, that is it. Yeah. Again, this is exactly what she said. And in that sequence, by the way, when Sinbad is playing Dementor, and he knocks over Turbo Man with the fist that shoots off. Are we to believe that his actual hand has just disappeared into the fist? Like, how does that work?
I don't know. I think so. I think we're supposed to think that he has detached his own hand.
And it's
that's only slightly more far-fetched than what follows, to be fair.
Well, exactly. When that happened, all I could think about was if Ted sees that, the women on the block are going to be in for a right old time. He's got some ideas for that gadget.
Did you notice that the voice of Booster was Booger from Revenge of the Nerds?
I did not.
Yeah, I haven't looked it up. I'm sure it's him.
So because I didn't realize it was Phil Hartman when I watched it, and just hearing him, I was just like, that sounds like
you not get Troy McClure instantly.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you hear it, you're just like, is that? And obviously it is.
He only did one more film after this, I think. Small Soldiers.
Yeah, it was in 1998 he died, wasn't it? So.
Yeah, I think Small Soldiers came out after he died. Much missed.
Anything else on plot, guys?
Yeah, the voice changer, absolutely rubbish.
Yeah, it doesn't work because it
doesn't work, does it?
Also, his face hasn't changed. When his son's going, oh, thanks, Turbo Man, he should go, oh, you're my dad, because literally no one else in the world looks like you.
Yeah.
Even your stuntman that you used for years looks nothing like you, because you're just like this massive fucking muscle man.
My other two notes are, one is, could you recite the alphabet backwards? This is a trope that always...
I could slowly and probably incorrectly.
What's the expectation?
Whilst going forwards.
Do you get to think about it? Or I don't think I could do that, stone cold sober.
You'll never have to know, Carl, so...
Well, that's true. You've got the classic gag of mums fending off a man with handbags, which is incredible. What is in those handbags? That's why
I'm not a pervert.
Yeah.
Also, there could be a subplot here. We're very close to the little kid whose name I've forgotten. Shitbag. One day having a story a la Gremlins. Him saying to a potential girlfriend, I don't like Christmas anymore. Why is that? My dad fell off a roof and died at a Christmas parade trying to get me a Turbo Man doll.
Yeah.
And everyone watched it and saw it. And now I don't like Christmas anymore.
And then my mum rutted him like a horny dog whilst he was dying his dying breaths.
Or my new dad, Phil Hartman.
Stepdad Ted,
Because Arnie very nearly dies a few times in this, and also he thumps a reindeer.
Yes.
So, I don't know. I just don't think he's on the right side of history here. That's what I'm saying. One man's Jingle All The Way is another man's Triumph for the Will.
He doesn't just thump the reindeer, he then gets it drunk afterwards, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't know what happens between times either.
Oh, is it between?
Yeah, that reindeer had it coming. He was a bit of a leery shit, wasn't he?
Well, he was defending. He was trying to stop Arnie robbing another child's Christmas present, wasn't he?
What am I doing? Stealing the present of a child. And then he's...
Just so I just want to be clear on the morals. So it's bad to punch a reindeer, but it's fine to murder a shark that's trying to attack you. Come on.
Well, yeah, but the rain. No, I suppose. I think he should very much have gone upstairs to Phil Hartman's bed and did a shit under his pillow.
Yeah.
If we want to carry on that theme.
Yeah.
But I think there is a difference between a reindeer attacking you and a shark killing a child.
Yeah, to be fair, the shark started it. I think that's what we're saying.
The shark did start it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll give you that one. That's
well. Last question to you is when he pulls back up in the car and he sees Ted putting the star on the tree, and then obviously the wife confronts him and says, "What are you doing?" There's then a massive gap whilst we cut back to Arnie and he watches them talking through the window.
Yeah.
And then when we cut back to Ted and the wife, he's just going, "Well, you didn't have your star up," as if like there's been no gap in the conversation. But we see them talking. So what do we think he was saying to her in the intervening period?
She was slowly watching as his cock grew like Pinocchio's nose.
I mean, it's something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's definitely offering to deck her.
He's gesturing with his eyes.
Put a bauble on this.
Yeah.
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah. Something about eggnog
you
all
mentioned
over her
earlier
face.
about how you couldn't accept the Sinbad's hand detached from his body.
Mm.
But you're happy to accept that the Turbo Man suit is an actual jetpack.
Actually flying
I've
jetpack.
seen Thunderball. That was 1960 odd.
Yeah, but that could go like 10 feet in the air and down again. This is stratosphere. And also doesn't kill him when he flies straight into a brick wall.
Yeah,
again,
that's
that
true.
could have been the Gremlins Christmas moment. Like my dad died dressed as Turbo Man.
I've got to say, actually, we skipped over this in production, but the CGI when he is flying around is a bit shit, actually.
That whole final section is complete trash, but I really enjoyed it.
Well, I don't think it's
I was
all
laughing
trash
at it at that point.
I don't think it's all bad. Like, there's some of the bits where they are obviously jumping around and what have you, and it looks kind of practical. But the bit where he's zooming around in the sky, I was watching it. What year is this? Because this. Yeah, this feels.
I was embarrassed for Arnold. I did at the time when this came out. I was 19 when this came out. So just seeing him do something like this, I just felt embarrassed for him. In that scene, particularly when he's dressed like a complete prick, flying around in the sky in a really bad effect. I just thought.
And then he was Mr. Freeze a few years later.
And I just thought, you used to. There was a period with Arnie where literally every film that came out was, if not as good as, better than the last one.
Mm.
And then you get to this area where you're just like, "Oh, what are you doing, mate?"
So is this a where are you on Arnie's other sort of comedy stuff? So like the Twins and Kindergarten Cop and those. Is there a place, or is it like, no, I want Arnie to be Arnie?
At the time, I didn't mind because there would always be something better or consistently good coming along the horizon. I liked Twins when it came out. I thought it was fun. I think it's a fun concept and there are some great moments in it. And it's got a good director. Kindergarten Cop is okay. Again, I think he works well with all the kids. It's well cast, even if the baddie looks like a coke dealer. But I think he's supposed to. Yeah. I don't mind them too because, you've got Terminator 2 between them and stuff like that and Total Recall. So it's kind of like, oh, well, it's like sometimes when a band will do a shit album, but they do a great one after. You kind of like, oh, well, they've done one for them. Now there's a good one coming up. But it's this point, Arnie's just sort of flailing. And Last Action Hero was meant to be this huge, massive hit, and it wasn't. And then everything after that was just like, what's the word? Where it just got worse, essentially.
Yeah, and then he went on his Terminator sequel run.
Yeah, well, he was governor for a bit first, wasn't he?
Of course, yes, at the Gap. Yeah.
Did T3,
6
which
years?
is, something like that. It's a long time. And he did T3, and then basically, they haven't really done anything good for a long time.
No. Well, that does lead us on nicely to our game. It's that time of the episode where we pit Carl against our guests for this week and test their movie knowledge in a game somewhat related to the movies covered in the episode. All right, here we go.
Jingle bells, I can tell that you know your stuff. Let's see if you can beat Carl at a game I've just made up. Our survey says you won't be fazed by what will come your way. Just pick the flicks from the mix that tops off all the lists.
I can never look anyone in the eye when they're playing, by the way. It's just
Sure.
I always have to hide my head. And I know it's hard to believe, John, I'm neither a professional songwriter or singer. I know.
You had me going.
I know. It's very hard to believe. I know. But this game is called Family Christmas Fortunes. Okay, so we're all familiar with Family Fortunes. It's a kind of loosely based on that, or Family Feud for our American listener. So there are 3 topics. Each have top 6 answers ranked 1 to 6. You're going to take it in turns to choose a topic, and then each of you will then take it in turns, 3 attempts to guess an item from the top 6. The higher it appears on the list, the more points you score. And the 3 topics that we are up for today are Arnold movies. So either highest rated on IMDb or global box office, we get to choose. Christmas movies. Highest rated only because we did the box office in another game, so I can't do that one because Carl cheat.
Oh, God, I won't remember that.
And John Hughes written movies, either highest rated on IMDb or global box office. Okay, so John, as you're the guest, you get to pick the first board. So you can pick Arnold movies, Christmas movies, or John Hughes written movies, and you get to go first with the first guess. So which one would you like?
I'll go with Arnold.
You're going Arnold movies. Would you like to go for the highest rated or the global box office? And this is unadjusted global box office.
Okay, well, the global box office will be T2.
Oh, so you go for global box office? Is that what you want to go for? We're going to go for that?
Because it held the record for a long time.
All right, so global box office, you saying T2. Our survey says, there we go, it is number 1. It's 6 points for that one. Well done, John. So now, Carl, you're going to go next.
Well, it's not this. It's not going to be his 80s ones. That's too early. No, let's go Last Action Hero.
Unfortunately, not. Last Action Hero didn't even make the top 10 box office.
It was a flop. Yeah.
Okay, so because just to make it a bit fair, we're going to sort of do like a snake format. So for this next one, Carl, still on a box office, but you get to guess now.
Oh, good. So I've got to get another answer wrong on the Arnold box office. Yep. Well, let's go Twins. No, not again.
Unfortunately, not again. That was number 10 in the global box office. Okay, John, your turn.
Total Recall.
That's number 6. So you get 1 point for that. Well done, John. And you get to go again, John.
So I'm going to say The Running Man.
The Running Man does not make the top 10. No. So, Carl, you get to finish it off.
Yeah,
so John's got 7 points. It's an unassailable lead, but, you give it a go.
Yeah, okay. So I did think the 80s might be a bit too early. Let's go True Lies.
True Lies. Yes, number 4.
Good shout.
It gets you 3 points, Carl. Well done. Okay, so that's the end of that first board. So John wins with 7 points to Carl's 3.
What was second? Was it T3?
T3, Rise of the Machines, then Terminator Genesis.
Ugh.
Wow.
And then True Lies, Expendables 2, and then Total Recall. And rounding up top 10, Terminator Dark Fate, Batman and Robin, Eraser, and Twins. Okay, Carl, you get to pick the next one. So you've got either Christmas movies, highest rated, or you can pick one of John Hughes, top rated, or box office.
We'll go Christmas movies, highest rated.
Okay.
Are you including Die Hard in this, though?
I'm just going from the IMDb list that said...
It's going to be... I'm going to go Die Hard, then.
It's number 2. So, John.
It's
top-rated Christmas.
Oh, yeah, good shout.
Number 1, yes. Yeah. Well done, John. Okay, we're going to go to you again, John.
Because it's IMDb and it's American, I'm going to say A Christmas Story because they fucking love that film.
Oh, it's number 8. Number 8 on the list. So, yeah, close, but no points for that one. Carl?
Well, Home Alone 2 is not on there. I don't think Home Alone's as high rated as it should. Let's go Home Alone. Sorry about that, because I've got 2.
No, not rated. Not very highly rated.
I did think that.
Didn't he make the top 10?
Yeah, okay. So let's go
back to you then.
Well, no, we're snaking,
Carl,
aren't we? Yeah. So let's go Miracle on 34th Street.
No, there's a number 9. Number 9 on the highest rated. So, John, you've already won, but if you want to have another go and just really grind in your victory on him, then go for it.
White Christmas.
White Christmas is not there either. No. So, what we had, so John wins that one 6-5. Well done, John, which takes an unassailable 2-0 lead. But we're going to do the third board anyway, just for giggles. But It's a Wonderful Life was 1. Die Hard was 2. Klaus was 3. Fanny and Alexander was 4. Scrooge from 1951 was 5. And The Holdovers is number 6.
Oh.
Nightmare Before Christmas, number 7. Christmas Story, 8. Miracle 34th Street, 9. And A Christmas Carol from 1984, number 10. Okay, now we're on to John Hughes to finish us off then. John's already won, but so Carl, go on. Do you want to do top rated or do you want to do box office for John Hughes written films?
I mean, I've no idea. So I'm going to go for, let's go box office.
Okay.
Oh, was that a mistake? Anyway, I'm going to go for Beethoven.
No, Beethoven not making the top 10. So not off to a good start, Carl. John, what have you got for us?
Breakfast Club.
This is box office, and no, doesn't make it. Breakfast Club doesn't make the top 10 either. Back to you again, John.
Uncle Buck.
Number 7 on the list, Uncle Buck. Doesn't quite crack the top 6. All right, Carl, do you know?
I think I should probably say Planes, Trains and Automobiles, right?
You could. That's number 9.
Oh, wow. I've got no clue now.
Home Alone.
Home Alone, number 1. Yes. And Carl finishes off.
Somebody's going to get a credit on Home Alone 2 as well.
You get Home Alone 2 for Carl is number 2.
Yeah.
And rounding out the top 6, 101 Dalmatians. Apparently you wrote that.
Yeah.
Flubber. Christmas Vacation. Ferris Bueller. And then 7 is Uncle Buck. 8 is the Vacation. Not the Christmas Vacation, just the Vacation. Then 9, Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Number 10, European Vacation. So, yeah, there you go. So that was a whitewash. So well done, John. 3-0 victory.
Whitewash Christmas.
Well done, Carl.
Pleasure.
That means
Well
take a
played.
3-2 lead. Good stuff. All right, let's move on to the cast. Thanks, John, for being a good sport on that one and for defeating Carl. It's always good when I see him lose. All right.
Well, so let's talk. Also normal. I would say
you've won 2 out of the 5. You know,
I'm thinking of the games we do on our regular show. They don't go well often.
No, that's fair. Okay, let's talk about the cast then, and we'll start with Arnie playing Howard Langston. We've talked about him a little bit, but summarize his performance in this, John.
It's Arnie doing. He's got his comedy head on, and he's trying lots of things. That some work, some of it don't work. Like his "You're my number one customer" running joke at the beginning. It's up there with his comedy timing, and when he's in Twins, when he says "Yakety yak, don't talk back" when she walks in the room, and he does it really awkwardly. He hasn't got like huge comedy muscles, ironically. But he can do. He's good with dialogue. I think it's just physical comedy, or when he has to move a lot. I don't think it works very well. So I think he's fine in this. Like considering he's not a lot. Again, ironically, not got a lot to carry. It's fine. It's just like not his greatest. If you were going to, list his top 3 comedies, this will be 3rd by a mile. So he's fine.
I do think he's fine in this. Like I say, because I sort of watched this at the right time and have those fond memories. It's Arnie being in that mode, which is kind of fun. He doesn't have like loads to do when you think about it. Like the film is kind of weird, and it's not very long, like we were saying earlier, and it kind of moves through not that many sort of set pieces, but they're a bit drawn out, maybe the end acts especially. And he doesn't really have that much to do. There's probably too much of it taken up by Sinbad, this film, and that character. Because like I say, I enjoy the Phil Hartman stuff being an absolute shyster with the wife, and the wife was a good character. Sinbad is just annoying. And he kind of steals the scenes is the wrong word, because I don't want anyone to think that I think that David Atkins is good in this film.
He puts a pillow over the scenes, doesn't he? Smothers.
Yeah, he really does. So, like, whenever there's a scene with Arnie and him in it, it's okay, right? Like, Arnie doesn't get enough to do almost, but he's all right. He's all right.
Yeah, I think as a double act, it doesn't really work. They don't play off each other. They don't build upon each other's performance. It's just one being very loud and one being very Arnie. Yeah. I like Arnie and his comedy stuff just for how he does it. His wide-eyed reactions tickle me. I quite enjoyed him when he was beating up the Turbo Man doll with the cardboard cutout, with such commitment. I've already mentioned sort of the head bang and the chasing after the child and shouting, "I'm not a pervert." He gets some classic Arnie grunting and screaming. Just somehow manages to get it, even when he's being dressed. getting it all in there. So he's very much Arnie. He's Arnie doing the comedy side of things. Right. What about an alternative? If we were to recast Arnie in this, get rid of Arnie, who are you getting in instead?
Well, I think there's a version of this film, and you can run with Bill Murray and Bobcat Goldthwait as the central pair and make it a bit darker. Like, I know that's just essentially picking the pair from Scrooged and saying, let's do that again, but maybe a bit better. But I would quite enjoy watching those two joust through the sort of journey to get through to get through the film. That's not what I'd pick, though. I think you'd end up going with somebody like, if you were going down the sort of more physical side of it, Kurt Russell. Or I actually quite think Robin Williams. I mean, he's already done that sort of film in Mrs. Doubtfire, the father sort of trying to save Christmas sort of thing, but he would work quite nicely with that sort of thing. Hook as well, yeah. Hook, another 90s film where it's the father trying to make a redemption sort of thing.
Yeah. What about you, John? Any ideas for who you might want to recast?
It'd just be fucking Rock, wouldn't it? The Rock.
Modern recasting, it would definitely be The Rock.
Rock and the little fella from Jumanji.
Oh, Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
that's true. That would be the modern pairing.
Or it would be Jack Black and Paul Rudd. It's just this kind of film's like a cunt magnet, isn't it? So it'd just be the worst possible combination you can imagine, really. So
what about 90s? What about 90s star, John? Anyone that would
in the 90s, like even maybe Steve Martin and Martin Short, something like that.
Yeah.
But again, you'd have to flesh it out a bit and not make Sinbad so unpleasant. You'd have to have them working in combination with other. I mean, even the comedies where they put like two actors that don't belong together. Like, so I'm thinking of something like Three Fugitives, where it's like Nick Nolte and Martin Short, or Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. Just something like that. I mean, because it's just too abrasive otherwise. I think maybe you needed these roles to be the other way around. You needed the comedian to be the Arnie, and the Arnie to be the antagonist. Even though I don't mean Arnie, I mean the person like Arnie.
Yeah.
I think that would work better. So maybe have someone like Steve Martin and off the top of my head, Gene Hackman.
Wow.
I know. I'd love to watch that film. I'd love to watch that film.
Yeah. Gene Hackman, but very specifically Gene Hackman from Enemy of the State, where he's got those glasses.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's a survivalist, because then all the Bond stuff's funnier.
Yeah. We got to go to another toy store now because you made a phone call.
Exactly. Yeah, you could have a thing like it's a bit like Enemy of the State, where they're trying to get the toy, but someone from the government thinks they're terrorists.
Yeah.
There you go.
You've got a whole other subplot where there's this mix-up going on from a government level, like sort of Burn After Reading, but it's just basically at the end of the day a Christmas film. But there's some other thing going on where it's all mix-ups. That would be a much better film than this generic porridge we get, sadly. Where no one's life's changed by watching this. Like, no one's gone away going, love Jingle All The Way. But apparently they have. But it's been like, they haven't gone away and gone, I watch this every Christmas without fail. Unless they do. I just think it needed something else in it.
Yeah, I thought for a 90s recasting, and it's kind of cheating because he's basically just done the same in the Santa Claus. But if you put Tim Allen in there as the Arnie character, he'd be able to play the arsehole dad as he's proved, and get his physical chop.
He did that. But I mean, we're going to come on to talk about him. He's not really the problem in this film, though, is he? It's the Sinbad character.
Yeah.
And you've got to get that one right.
I mean, even Home Alone has got a subplot about burglars.
Yes.
You need some other thing
something else going on.
Yeah. And this is basically just going from scene to scene to scene and not getting the thing he's after. It would be fun if you could give us a break from that for a bit, cut to something else that's going on.
Which they try and do, but that's with the sleep bag neighbour trying to sleep with his wife, which isn't really the diversion you're after.
It's not very interesting either, because you know he's not going to sleep with her.
Oh, that would have been a good one, though, wouldn't it? That would have been a nice twist.
What if Arnie got the doll, came in at the end, and found Phil Hartman bumming his wife over the hearth? Yeah, it'd be a much better film. Yeah.
Subvert those expectations. I like it.
Yeah.
So Sinbad, we've talked about a couple of alternatives. I thought Chris Farley. You could get Chris Farley in there as a sort of loud, brash alternative. Joe Pesci would have been pretty fun.
Yeah, I had Pesci down. I didn't know they were after him. Yeah, I think Pesci works. DeVito's the other one. I know you're reprising the twins thing there, but the problem is, right, Sinbad is supposed to be an antagonist, and he does definitely antagonise. The problem is he antagonises like the audience. You just think, you're a fucking prick. You're just annoying.
Have you seen a Richard Pryor film called Moving?
No.
Dana Carvey plays a role in that, right? Where Richard Pryor, it's one of those films again where things go wrong, but he's trying to move house, and it's over the other side of the country in America. So he hires Dana Carvey to drive. His basic role is just to drive his car to the new house while they go with the movers. But it turns out that Dana Carvey is schizophrenic. And when he turns up at the end, he's completely fucked the car, and he's a different person, and he doesn't. And I was just thinking, if you had the Sinbad role as someone like Dana Carvey, even if there's a terrible film he did called Master of Disguise, where he's just every time you see him, he's a different person. If you know what I mean, he's in Master of Disguise. Every time he's trying to get away from the baddies, there's one scene where he's hiding on a lake, and when they get there, he's being Quint from Jaws. And then there's another one where he's Tony Montana, just to make it a bit more interesting. Because Sinbad, I mean, I'm sure he was popular at one point, but in this, he's just so one note.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on there.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem, is that they're like, it's a Christmas film with Arnie, no one's going to care. But I care.
God damn it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think you're exactly right. You could have done something really much more interesting with that other character. And many a number of things you could have done. And they probably went for the most boring and irritating version of that. Did you have anyone, Carl? Did we already said your Sinbad?
Yeah, no, Pesci I had down. Like you said, he was considered. I think that would be a great shout. And then DeVito, it's rerunning the twins thing, but just somebody to constantly bite at Arnie, and actually be good and funny.
DeVito playing Frank from It's Always Sunny would be incredible.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like the worst example of Danny DeVito there is, but incredibly charming and funny with it. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. I don't want full on Matilda's dad. No. That's too much. I'll just treat him like Sinbad then. If he's
what about Phil Hartman then as Ted Moulton?
So I think he's an amazing scumbag, absolute top tier. I enjoyed this bit of the film. I wanted that bit to be bigger. I would have toned down the Sinbad thing because he's a dick. And I would have brought up the mum as the emotional heart, and I want more Phil Hartman. If you talk about recasting, I actually think Kelsey Grammer could do a really good job in terms of being a bit of a. It's like, he could charm the wife, but there's just a bit of menace underneath. Or Christopher McDonald. Quite like Christopher McDonald in that role.
Why can't I place Christopher McDonald?
Shooter McGavin.
Shooter McGavin.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd have given it to like a sort of handsome Pierce Brosnan and Mrs. Doubtfire type person, or Peter Gallagher in American Beauty. So he's a really, really cool, smooth dude, but a bit of a slime.
Yeah,
best eyebrows in film, Peter Gallagher.
Yeah, exactly. But Pierce Brosnan's a bad example because he's a nice, decent man in Mrs. Doubtfire who was punished for it.
That's right. Yeah, all he wanted.
Yeah, a smooth operator is in the Phil Hartman role because Phil Hartman doesn't sell it. He's just silly and annoying. And I think
she never buys it. She never buys it from the start. No. Like in one of the first scenes together, she's looking at him like, "The fuck are you talking about?"
Basically, eye rolling.
Like,
if he's like Hugh Grant from Bridget Jones, you know what I mean? Where he's just like a cad. And there's more peril because you think, "Oh my god, he could genuinely shag the wife." Because when you're not threatened at all.
When that character was first introduced, I thought that was the direction they were going to go, where he is just a fucker. Like he's just got, he's not being a bad, he's not like an evil guy, but he fucks. And
I think they are because he later on says a lot of women would kill.
Well, they fawn over him.
Yeah,
they do fawn over him at the karate show.
If a really handsome devil, then you've got genuine peril there. But it's just so half-assed. It's just like we'll get a Phil Hartman, he'll do something, but he doesn't.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer doesn't really fit that.
I mean, it could
mold, I guess. And my one would have been Chevy Chase, but similarly,
Ted Danson.
Danson.
He's got comedy chops, and he's also a very handsome man.
Ted Danson's nice. Yeah, like that.
Just something like that. I just think you could. This is again. That is a casting, Phil Hartman, first draft. You'd think about it and go, actually, we want a really smooth, handsome cad who has got a potential. If Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't watch it, to run off with his wife.
Yeah, I'd like to think in any casting that he goes to that he would have said, like, you might remember me from such.
Yeah.
Sadly, you only remember me.
Yeah.
My wife murdering me.
Yeah.
Anyone else you want to talk about? We talked about Jake Floyd as Jamie Shitbag.
Yeah, are you going to finally tell us what your beef is here?
I just find it really irritating. So I have, as we alluded to, he's the young Anakin Skywalker in, oh my God, The Phantom Menace. And I have bad associations with that. Not actually at the time. When I first watched it, I kind of like went with it and I was all right. And then it's just sort of crept up on me over the years and grown. As John says, he's kind of paid for that over the time. What gets me with and I'm talking about Star Wars, but why he saw this and went, yeah, that's my Anakin Skywalker. I thought I'd assumed, because I forgot that he was in this, that Jake Lloyd's first acting role was in Star Wars, and that he's just like, oh yeah, he auditioned, and he's great. You've seen him do this. Like, why would you think that would make a good thing on a Star Wars film?
I think he auditioned, to be fair.
He would have auditioned, but he would have seen his previous work.
Yeah, but he's younger here than he is in Phantom Menace. He might have improved a bit, but I don't know. I feel a bit mean putting the boot in on a child actor because they're doing the best. And he's not awful. Yeah. He's not the worst thing in it. He really isn't.
No, he's not the worst thing in it. That's true.
And it's likely not his decision to be there either, the fucking pushy parents.
But yeah, he's not great. He has moments. The beginning, he's pretty bad. But as the film goes on, he's okay. And he has a lot of weight to carry in this for a 7-year-old as well, to tell Arnold Schwarzenegger that he's a terrible dad.
Yeah. And feel bad about it. No, don't feel bad about it. He's telling the truth.
Yeah.
I tried to recast this, but I don't know any 7-year-old actors around that time. They don't really exist.
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, that's the one we always.
Yeah, that's the go-to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, Frankie Muniz, and you could get a bit of sass going on, but he would have been too old. Elijah Wood, he's too old. Macaulay Culkin is what you need, and a time machine just to make him a bit younger. Because he needs to be young enough, right? That a toy is actually you're gonna give a shit.
Get Rory Culkin.
Get Rory Culkin in. Yeah. There you go, Carl. Did you recast
Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Just lean into it. The full magic of Christmas.
You missed my karate.
Did you have anyone put that out?
No.
No. Did you recast anyone else?
No. Just those three.
All right. Okay, then we move on to our final section, the Mashflix and Chill section. So this is basically where we look back on what we've talked about And based on what we have talked about today, are we happy with the proposed mashup of Planes, Trains and Automobiles with Robocop makes... I was going to say Kindergarten Cop. That's not what we're doing. Jingle All The Way. That's the film we're doing. Jingle All The Way. So why does it work? On reflection, are we more convinced, less convinced by this mashup now?
Well, I think it does work. I mean, like I said, part of this is definitely the absurdity of having Robocop on our family tree feed into Jingle All The Way.
Hey, there's a suit, right? There's a man in a suit. That kind of fits.
Obviously, the Planes Trains bit is directly there. I feel like there's probably a more on the nose chasing down a scarce toy movie out there somewhere that you could maybe pick instead of Robocop, maybe, or maybe just have a mad race for something. So, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, obviously, or It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Just that whole thing of people, racing across the country and shit goes wrong.
Yeah, so
I don't know. I'm reasonably happy with it, but yeah, there might be just a more on the nose one.
What about different? John talked about Running Man as a different option that you could go down, which has got the
Yeah, I mean, you're touching on the same sort of thing of like
Robocop, really.
Capitalism and media and everything just fucking taking over and we're all been slaves to this, that, and the other.
I think it's Hook. I do think it's Hook because I think that the theme, commercialism, capitalism, whatever is there, but the theme here is a father neglecting his son and through the process of adventure, supposedly learning to be a better father by the end. Obviously, he doesn't in this. He learns that, as you said earlier, one gesture will briefly make his son happy.
Yeah. So which one are you putting that in with then?
Planes, Trains.
I'd go with Hook and Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Yeah, Hook gets the father redemption thing, and Planes, Trains is the overcoming the obstacles.
Yes.
And the buddying up, because you don't get the buddying up bit in Hook, do you? You don't get the other characters. So that brings those bits. I quite like Hook as a... What year was that, Carl?
92.
Yes, that's good. Hook? It's good. That's good. Yeah, I quite like that. Are you not liking Hook for any reason, Carl?
No, the only reason... No, Hook's absolutely fine. We have got Hook in another pairing, but it's an orphan and it's not a pure one. So it's absolutely fair game here. We can bring Hook into play here.
I like Hook, and although it does mean that we have to dispense with Robocop, I think we can probably find Robocop into something else anyway.
Yep.
So I quite like that, John. I think Hook crossed with Planes, Trains and Automobiles does get you to not Kindergarten Cop to Jingle All The Way.
Yeah, I mean you've even got the same scene of him missing his son's event.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because of work.
All right, we happy to lock that in, Carl?
Yeah, we'll lock it in.
We are locking it in. Good stuff. So, as we say, this doesn't fit into our family tree as yet. It is an orphan. We've got quite a few orphans building Simon. There. Quite the orphanage.
Hang on there.
Go on.
Because I've had a look at the family tree. Now, we can jig things around if we want anyway, but that's not for this episode. There is a place where it would fit at the moment onto the family tree. There's only one because of the ages of the films, and it would have to feed into American Pie. So if you can find some common ground between Jingle All The Way and American Pie, then we can do that. Or
there's a lot of dicks in American Pie.
Or, right, because we've currently said that Ferris Bueller's Day Off and American Pie make Superbad. Bin that off, and we go... we've got a desperate quest to get a toy in Jingle All The Way, which is beset with chaotic problems. There's also a desperate quest to get alcohol for a party in Superbad, which is beset by chaotic problems. So if we were to mash Jingle All The Way with the coming-of-age day in the life of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, we get to Superbad. So we could actually sort of just replace American Pie in the tree with Jingle All The Way, and then we get to feed these two into it.
Yeah,
Hook, I'm thinking about.
We can workshop that.
Yeah, so I think it does actually fit into the family tree. I think we can put it on there.
Look at that. Good stuff. Right. Well, John, thanks so much for joining. It has been fun, and we're genuinely delighted that you were able to come on. So thanks so much. Is there anything that you would like to plug, promote, or just tell people where they can find your stuff?
Just Smershpod, really, and Wheezing Groaning Sound. Smershpod you can find on X and Bluesky, and same with the Wheezing Groaning Sound. So, yeah, that's it, really. That's the only thing I've got going on at the moment. I finished all my commitments for the year, so I'm just going to do some Christmas specials and then put my feet up for a few weeks.
Brilliant. Well, we'll be back next month, 8th of January, with another Mashflix and Chill episode. You can also find all our previous Movie the Needle, date night, classic, and monthly retro episodes on our feed. Like, follow, and all that stuff, whichever social channels you doom scroll on. And next week on the 15th, we'll release our latest Classics Collection episode and cheer on some actual bodily harm performed by a solitary gay who is lost in the Big Apple. It's Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.